Hello, I'm Dave Broders with Heritage Homes, and we're in Wayne, Nebraska. We're a system-built home. Been doing this here for going on 40 years, and nobody does it better than we do. I want to show you today the advantages of system building as opposed to standard site-built construction, or what's commonly referred to as stick-built. One of the main things you're going to notice throughout this tour is that many things are happening at once. We're not just building the deck and then we start building walls. We're building decks, we're building walls, we're building roofs, we're wiring, plumbing, and so on and so forth all the way down the line. All at the same time. That creates a really high efficiency, and we're doing it in an environmentally controlled situation. We don't have rain delays, we don't have wind delays. We control the weather in here, and that's a huge advantage to you. Let me tell you, this is where we start right here. This is our deck station. This is a microlam beam here, LVL, laminated beam. Runs the entire distance with no splices in it, and that's our rim joist. This is Southern Yellow Pine Structural Select Floor Joist System. Certainly we offer web truss system if that was to your liking. Once we have our deck framed up, all the joist hangers are in place, we're going to come back and glue and ring shank nail our 3/4 decking that you see on here. Is all glued and ring shank nailed. We install vinyl floors if those are applicable to the job. Right down here we've already cut in the heat boots for the HVAC. We'll put in the return air returns and that sort of thing down here on our deck station. Like I said, we're not just building decks here, but we're building walls and everything at the same time. This home will go out the door complete in about 5.5 weeks. Give that a try on site building. 5.5 weeks. Okay, now we're down here at our wall table. All the walls are laid out on this table and built and constructed here with these stops. Everything is 16 on center. That's what we call our zero end, and so you just about can't get off, folks, because you drop all your studs right into this jig and lay that all out. Everything is built and designed so that we can frame these walls that you see right over here really timely. You can see all the headers are in place here. Big microlam header up here for what's going to become a really large opening. You can see back in here that the drywall is already installed, and all of that drywall is glued and screwed, and then we're ready to set the walls onto the deck. So these are all in the staging area being ready to be set down. These walls didn't exist yesterday, folks, and neither did the deck I just showed you. Okay, now we've got our deck built and our walls built, and so the process then continues. They move the deck over here, and you can see we've already set all the walls onto the deck station. They're all in place here. We're installing the tub shower units. We're going to begin running wires and mounting electrical boxes and that kind of thing. This whole thing didn't exist about 10 hours ago. This was just paper at that point. Okay, we're now down at our roof tables. We have 2 of them that allows us to build both your front and rear half of your roof at the same time, and we build all of our own trusses in our truss facility right in a separate building behind our factory here. We have our own truss engineers, so everything is designed, sent down to the state and approved. Your trusses don't set outside waiting for someone to buy them and sitting around getting old and twisted. These trusses were produced just days before we needed them here. We came in, they're 2 foot on center, which is standard. If you want them 16 on center, if you want them 1 foot on center, doesn't matter. We'll do it the way we need to and the way the code requires us to do. The drywall is 1/2 inch high strength, and you can see if you look closely, we've already ran wiring through the roof that'll drop down into the walls where they're located. We've got all the boxes mounted for your interior light fixtures, whether they be ceiling fans, recessed can lights, or any of the above. Okay, from that vantage point, you should be able to see our deck station back there, our wall station. Here we are at the roof station, and if you look over there, you'll see that that home already has the roof set on it. You can see that we picked that roof up with our crane, moved it across, and set it down on there. And the point I'm trying to make here, folks, is that everything happens at one time when you system build. What you're seeing here didn't exist at all days ago. All of this production has been done just in the last 24 hours or so, and that's what keeps things moving quickly. Okay, what you're seeing right here, folks, is this is obviously the wiring that's going to go to a 200 amp square D panel box. Everything's pre-wired, and we build to what's called the IRC code, just like a site-built home. So everything is built to the same codes as a site-built home. Now, we market in 9 different states. We observe all the codes, state and local codes in every one of those. Our engineering department takes care of that for us. The state of Nebraska comes up here and sends their state building inspectors to inspect. They're here to inspect for the other states that we have an agreement with to make sure that we're following everything to the letter. And they're the state of Nebraska. They're pretty particular guys and fun to work with. We don't have a problem building everything the way they want it built because we're a system builder. Okay, I'm on the inside of one of the homes and we're in the rough-in stage. This is where we're installing the mechanical work, electrical and plumbing, bathroom fixtures, tub shower units and that sort of thing. All of our waste and vent are Schedule 40 PVC. We're mounting all the electrical boxes and that sort of thing. If you look closely up here, you'll see that every light fixture, every outlet on the exterior, every switch, we foam all those shut with expandable foam. We do that to slow down any air infiltration or leakage there. Our air exchange rate is less than half of conventional site-built homes. Most new homes being built in this country will exchange air about 5 to 8 times per hour is kind of a national average. Ours are coming in at like 3 and under. A lot of that is due to the system we use. When you glue all of your sheeting and all of your interior drywall all the way around the house and you foam every hole and every wire and every outlet, you create an envelope so tight that you just have a really low air exchange rate, and that's why these homes are so efficient. Okay, let me show you this now. The home is all framed up, obviously. You can see this is going to be a front door here with big side lights on it. These are for the exterior lights. You can see coils of wire up there for the on-site porch that's probably going to have recessed can lights. Looking up at the rafter tails, you'll notice that every one of them has a hurricane tie on it. Every single one of them is tied down to the top plate, and we've got roof baffles in there. Those baffles are there to keep your insulation from filling that entire space, because you're going to have continuous soffit vent and continuous ridge vent. You want to make sure that the air can move up through there so that it vents out and creates what we call a cold roof. But that's why we do it that way. Okay, I just wanted to show you this. Every home that we build, we draw the plans right here with our team of draftsmen and engineers, work out every detail of your home. Here you're looking at a full architectural plan for this home. There's a floor plan for the home. Shows every switch, every outlet, fans, on and on. Here's the garage that'll get built on site. We're also going to draw the cabinet details that you see here, all the details of your cabinetries, and Heritage builds all those cabinetries right here in our factory, folks. Basement and foundation plans right here. Every detail is worked out right here, so you can take this set of plans, give it to your on-site builder, which is usually our guys, and they'll take you from the ground all the way to the ridge cap. Folks, these homes are just remarkably strong because of the system that we use, and one of the reasons why is certainly what you're seeing going on right here. We put this sheeting on, and all of this sheeting is glued and stapled. Prior to doing that, we put a series of bottle jacks all the way down underneath here, run a string line and a plumb bob, and we make sure that this is plumb and level, and then we start to glue and install the sheeting all the way down there. You can't see it, but underneath of the sheeting there's steel banding that our engineers have put in. We know where all of the stress points are on the home. This home I'm standing here is probably close to 60 feet long, maybe a little more than that. If this was the kitchen half of your home, this is probably upwards of 40,000 pounds, and they will lift this home with a crane by 4 load points, and it'll stay just as straight as it stays sitting here on this roller system. They are unbelievably strong. So strong, as a matter of fact, they're their own undercarriage. Most people in our business, if you build a 60-foot home, they'll have a 60-foot trailer underneath of it. We're going to put this on about a 6 or 8 axle dolly trailer and haul it over the Great Divide. I want to point out to you that every hole that we drill to run wires through, we come back and we foam every one of them shut all the way around the house, folks. Here again, we're just trying to stop any air movement. Even the space between the headers up here, we foam that shut. We go to great lengths to ensure that your home will have a really small air exchange rate. Okay, you can see behind me, there's our walls being built as the decks, the roof tables in the background. These homes already have the roofs set on them. You can see the crane still attached to that one. That's a hinged roof system, folks. That's going to be a 612 pitch. That's designed to go down the road flat like that, and then they're going to raise it up like this. There's a parapet wall that hinges up underneath of it to support that. All of that is engineered and is every bit as strong as any roof you've ever seen. Been doing it for years. You're seeing about 3 days worth of production to get to that point. We're in what we call our pre-build area, folks. We cut up all, what you're seeing here is we produce a cut list. This is for all the walls and stuff that we saw earlier. It's all pre-cut. It's even cut at angles here for different applications. If you're going to have an angled prow end roof or possibly a tray ceiling. Everything is engineered, pre-cut, and sent over to our line where our carpenters begin to assemble everything. By doing this, we're not standing around out there in the cold cutting these one at a time. This is efficiency. That's what this is all about right here. That's what we're all about, efficiency, quality. After we've got this sheeting applied right here, we're going to come over here and we put on 3/4 Celotex foam. Most site builders are going to put on a product called house wrap. Some people call it Tyvek. It's a great product. Has exactly no R value. This adds an R value 5. At the same time, we come back and we foil tape every one of the seams up there, so we're creating that same continuous vapor barrier. But this is going to add an R value of 5. What's more important is wood members. All your studs transfer heat and cold through them. When you do this, that stops that transfer of heat and cold through the wood members on the home. You can also see that we've installed windows now. We do this a little differently than you would see in site building. Site builder would have put that window on right over the top of this, or probably the house wrap, and then they're going to nail that. This has all been siliconed into its own buck, and we're going to put it in here. You can see the silicone squeezing out around the nails. We've got this all nailed in, and no, we didn't miss any. We did it exactly the way the manufacturer tells you. They do not want you to nail any closer than that to this corner of this vinyl window. We're going to come back around now. You can see we've got it all shimmed, squared, and shimmed into place. We're going to come back around and we're going to put expanding foam all the way around this window. When we're done with that, we're going to come back and put ice and water shield, which is a real thick, sticky tar paper over the top of this too. This window is sealed up really well. It's not going to leak. Your home's already wired at this stage. This is a 200 amp square D panel box right here. Everything's wired up, and we can power up your house and put up temporary lights as we're going down the production line. That really speeds the process up too. We're not hauling lights around, running generators and that sort of thing. Okay, we were talking about windows a little bit, and here we are. We've put that the ice and water shield on here to cover up the foam around the window. Our window, by the way, our standard window is Gherkin Comfort Series window. They're a vinyl window, and they're made right over here in South Sioux City, Nebraska. Gherkin's been building windows over there for 100 years, and believe me, in the 40 years that I've been here, we have used everybody's vinyl window down through the years. Nobody makes a better window than Gherkin does, and it's a terrific window. It's Low-E glass, argon-filled, double glaze. That is a quality window, folks. That window comes in white, sandstone, or tan. We also have an option to do Anderson 400 series if you're looking for a wood case window. The 400 series will not outperform this window. From a performance standpoint, air infiltration, solar heat gain and loss, this will stand right up next to a Pella Proline or an Anderson 400 series. The only difference is this is vinyl, they're wood clad, and that's both offered in our offering. You can see no soffit on this one. This is our standard soffit. It's a aluminum soffit, runs the entire length of the house, of course. It comes in a multitude of colors, but it's continuous vent down there, or every other panel actually, and you're going to have continuous ridge vent on top of that. See, all the windows and everything are installed now, and the guys are going to start putting on tar paper and shingling at this point also. Okay, we're standing on the inside of one of our homes, and we are now in what we call the drywall stage. You're going to go through about 5 different stages of drywall that we have here, all the way from first coat, second coat, third coat, final finish, touch-up, texture, and so on. You can see radius corners are standard on all of our homes here. So this is radius round corner drywall. You can see that we first and second coated all of this now. All the outlets are already in here, taped off, ready to go, so that we can texture and paint, not get it all over the place. Our drywallers drywall 10 hours a day, 5 days of the week, folks. They are top professionals. Something happens to our drywall crew that doesn't happen to the on-site drywaller. This particular home is going to go that direction on the following day, and so they have to get this work done in a certain amount of time. They are very efficient, very fast. So we're standing here probably a week into the building of this home, and the drywall is second coated. That drywall wouldn't go on your home, on a site built home, for some months yet, probably. Okay, what you're seeing here, this part of the home is in the final finish of drywall, and they've come through, we've been through first coat, second coat, third coat, final finish, and touch-up, and that's where we're at right now. And so the guys are nearly done with the drywall process. If you look over here, you'll see that we have now primed the inside of this. All of our paint is Sherwin-Williams, and we prime all the walls prior to texture. If you prime before you texture, you get a much more even texture than you would if you just shoot your primer on over the drywall paper. If you're shooting it onto the drywall without a primer, it'll dry differently in different spots, and it pulls down and you get an uneven looking texture. So we do everything the way you're supposed to do it. Once they texture this half, we're going to come back and paint it with Sherwin-Williams paint, and we're going to back roll everything just like you're supposed to. Okay, we're installing siding now down in this area. This home, this customer has chose to go with our hardboard siding here. This is LP Smart Side. That's probably the most popular siding in the United States today. Beautifully embossed, looks really good. You're looking at it here just primed, folks. It's going to get painted, and we paint it here. This has what we call a rake soffit on it up here with a double stacked cedar fascia. Certainly probably going out to the mountains of Colorado if I had to guess. Windows are all in. These will all get taped off. This will get painted, and corner boards will be added. You can see that the roof stops here. The soffit will continue on around there once it gets on site. Okay, now we're down one step further in our production line here, and you can see that this home has now been painted. We got everything taped off because their soffit is aluminum. Siding is going to be gray. The window trim is yet to be painted, and so they're going to come back and paint the window trim a contrasting color here. The house is being shingled at this time. You can see they've got exterior can lights up here in their exterior soffit. Tall trapezoid windows, everything just keeps moving down the line, coming closer and closer to finish here. Okay, what you're seeing right here, this particular home chose to stay with our standard aluminum soffit right here. They did go to the hardboard siding as opposed to vinyl siding. On this customer's home, they chose to do the hardboard soffit as well. That allows you to a lot more choices in color and that sort of thing. It's just a preference. We build these homes one at a time, the way you want them. So we go through, find out what's important to you, and that's the way your home's going to be built. All right, now we're getting down in the finish end of the home, and the home is getting more and more complete, and obviously you can see we're putting in all the finishing touches here. Heritage does tile work, and lots of it, folks. This is a big tiled shower here, beautiful Lastello tiles in there, custom bench seat. It's got a sauna spa with a 5-headed shower here, transom window up above there, custom shower doors. You can see that they've got the tall linen cabinet here. We've got your double bowl vanity going in here. We made these countertops to be, as opposed to standard height, which is about right down here. This is what we call right height vanities. Get your vanity up to about kitchen countertop height. They're very popular, is particularly in the master bathrooms. We even go so far as we've got the blinds up in the windows here, which is an option that you can get from Heritage. LED lighting up here that's going to have big plate glass mirrors. We've tiled the floor. Kind of walk-in closet that everybody wishes they had. It's just huge. Storage and lighting and all those kind of things are easily overlooked unless you're working with people that are professional and help you through that design stage to make sure that you don't end up building a home and wishing you'd have done a lot of things differently. That's where we excel. Okay, system building, we're building in sections, if you will, and so we're standing right now in the master bedroom. This bedroom is probably about 15 foot square, beautiful. Got all these nice little fixed windows up above there where you can put your headboard over here. You can see that we've already accounted for phones and coax cables for TVs and that sort of thing, dimmer switches. This has beautiful coffered ceiling in it with recessed can lighting. Smoke detectors are all included in the house, and they're all hardwired together. If one starts talking to you, they all will. What's going to happen when these two come together here at what we call the marriage wall, you're going to walk right through this door and into that big master bathroom that you see right across from us there. Now, if you just follow me down this hall, and we're going to go down, and I'll show you a few other things. Here's the guest bathroom right in here. See the cabinetries are going in, tub shower unit. That one happens to have the high boy stool in it, bath fans, everything is inclusive in the home. We've got a big linen cabinet going in right there, a linen closet rather. As we move down through here, you can see we're putting in laminate floors here. And here's the kitchen cabinets starting to go in. We've got most of the base cabinets set now. Countertop is on here. This has a recessed stainless steel sink, undermount stainless steel sink, laminate tops with crescent edges on it. All of that is built right here in this factory by our craftsmen. We're going to go through, finish off this floor. They'll come in and put all the upper cabinets on. What you're seeing here is this is the under cabinet lighting will be in this house. All of the outlets are GFIC protected all the way around here. Great big huge kitchen window, pendant lights. Again, we've got LED can lighting up here. This is a beautiful home. All right, what you're seeing right here, folks, wherever you see an area where there's no drywall on it, that's because all of that comes out when we get this home set down on the foundation. This will become one big opening, probably close to 22 feet, 23 feet wide, that leads right into the living room from this dining room kitchen area. So this is all just temporary walls that are going to be taken out on site. Now we're in the opposite half of that same home. There again, you see that big wall that's going to come out on site. This is a stairway that's going to go down from there down into the basement. And this is the balustrade. We built that right here in this factory. We finished all the interior wood. So all of your millwork, your interior doors, your cabinetries, moldings, everything is a spot on match because we do all the finish work right here in this factory. We're somewhat of a green company. All of that finish is a water-based urethane that is really strong and really durable, wearable finish. That's what you see. Front door right here. There's going to be an entry tile right in here. We've got a big cantilever window where this space protrudes out. Looks great on the outside, looks good on the inside. There's going to be a big fireplace over on the wall you see here. And that'll be flanked by bookcases on both sides here. You can see that we've got the coax for the television that will mount up here on the wall. It's going to be a beautiful home. All right, the kitchen is just such an important part of the home, and here at Heritage Homes we put a lot of emphasis on it. We build all of the cabinets right here in our facility. What you're looking at here, this is all quarter sawn oak, just like the kind Frank Lloyd Wright liked to build with. We build all the countertops. You can see full tile backsplash, beautiful with stellos in here. This has strip lighting up here, so you don't see any outlets down below. Casement window here is pendant lights. Large cove molding up here in keeping with the style of a true craftsman style home with the quarter sawn oak and the shaker style, craftsman style doors. Glass doors back here in the corner. That's got a light inside of it there. Range opening, obviously. Refrigerator's going to go over here. Look at this. This is really nice cabinetries, folks. This is solid wood. This is not veneer. Roll-out trays, full extension. That's solid oak. Every bit of it. They all have slow close feature on them. If you look closely at these drawers, you'll see this is our standard drawer box too, folks. These are real dovetails, full dovetails, solid oak drawer boxes. And they all have that slow close feature on them. Full extension hardware, full dovetail construction. That has been and still is a sign of craftsmanship. We can do farm sinks, we can do composite sinks. All of our faucets are Moen. This one happens to have pull out here, but we have all kinds of options. We've got oil road fixtures, we've got satin nickel fixtures, we have chrome fixtures. So it's just kind of limitless what you can do. All of it's done right here. This home is near completion now and will go out the door probably tomorrow. 5.5 weeks ago, all of this only existed on paper. Now, I've been here for 38.5 years and I'm still impressed by that. You're not very far into a build process of 5.5 weeks on any other way than system building. And that's an impressive thing.